I have a really big, very important question for you. What are your thoughts about going on a second date? I am Jacqueline, founder and creator of Discover Love Matches. And I am noticing a big change since we've been kind of out of dating practice for the last 2 years that people aren't really moving forward in their dating journey. They are going on one date, expecting that one date to have all of the answers, all of the information you need if you should go on a second date. They're wonderful at the pre-communication and the interaction. And the second there isn't quite enough clarity as to where it's going, they just peter out. They don't even try for a second date. This is probably the highest number of no dates happening that I've seen in my 12 years as a matchmaker. It's become, in a way, its own level of fascinating because it's the work that I do, but it's also because it's showing that people are scared to be vulnerable. They're scared to put themselves out there if they're not sure they're going to get a full, positive, excited response. We all want that high school feeling again, where you just know the person in the class next to you really likes you and can't wait to see when you get to pass each other the halls again or have lunch together or enjoy a little afternoon time after school is done. The important part is that we need to stop and think about how much we are denying ourselves the chance to become more dateable, more vulnerable, more open to possibilities because we're trying to have all the answers in the first date. It takes time. Any friendship, any connection, any work relationship, any co-connection, you need time to develop and grow together. What I'm finding happening right now is nobody's taking the next step. They're expecting all the answers and expecting it to be absolutely amazing, which first dates can be pretty freaking awesome, but they can also include tons of nervousness, a different energy vibe because you're coming in there with potential versus just a casual get together of getting to know one another. And this is causing people to not follow up. There are so many people that are just doing first dates and not doing second dates. And I want to say this message because I know for those that are hoping for more potential in a dating opportunity are getting frustrated and thinking it's only happening to them. Not that I really want you to be in the one date club. I do want you to realize that you're not alone. This is happening a lot. And I think it has to do a lot with the awkward vulnerability that we've gone through for 2 years of really not sure what to say or what to do. So when you are on dates and you are meeting people, please plan the next date, even if you're not 100% sure. It takes time to really get to know someone to see if you enjoy their company. If there's something they've shared that you've liked, if you feel like you have a physical connection, if you feel like there's something more you want to learn, it's worth going out again. Now, boundaries might be different. You might have wanted to do more the first date, and the second date, you're not feeling quite as much of a connection. But you'd be amazed at how many of my clients really struggled to listen to me to even go on the first date. Even though they hired me to find them their match, they don't always listen to my professional guidance. But then when they do finally go out with the person, they're like, oh my gosh, I really like them. And then they get nervous and they get worried and they don't always see the second date until I get them to go a second date. And many of those couples are together now and still to this day because of the fact that I helped them see past that initial block that they had. Because I see my clients way more than just a profile. They're a genuine human being who's looking for true love, true connection, and to grow. But what we need to start doing is planning our dating with a future. Not just a one time conversation. If that's what you want, just be upfront with the person that you're talking with and going on a date with, because then they can just go all in, have a great time with you, and then see what happens later. But if you're really dating to be in a relationship, you need to date to be in a relationship, which means it's not going to always be perfect, but it can be very exciting. You're going in to build a foundation, you're building a conversation, you're sharing stories. Because let's just be honest, aren't you sick and tired of telling first date stories over and over and over again, getting to know you conversational things, and then have it go nowhere? That's just like driving on a flat tire. It's really annoying and it's super not effective. And then it starts to affect all the parts of your car and your sense of safety. So, how about we start going out with the goal to build a future with someone and allow yourself to say, hey, I'm only getting the first portion of this person on this first date. I want to do this more so I can learn more. And then I'll know either way. Together, we'll figure this out. But I really want to Thank you. Stopping at one. You deserve more. Your date deserves more. If you liked your date enough to go out once, well, why wouldn't you like him enough to go out twice? Unless something really crazy happened and it was really bad. And also, when you're dating, take the time to acknowledge something special about the person. You want it to not just be a sexual attraction or a chemistry thing. You want it to be, I really enjoyed hearing that story, or I enjoy your laugh. I enjoy getting to know more about you. Thanks for sharing about dot, dot, dot. Or I really would love to take you to that place we talked about. It would be neat to share that experience. People want to feel like they are invited into your world, that they are part of what you're doing, and that you were actually listening to what they were saying, and that you are thinking about how to incorporate that. If your date says how much they love to go to the beach, or they love to go hiking, or they love to go out wine tasting or dining, or they love to go dancing, and love to listen to music, then pick up on those notes and plan something to acknowledge you were listening, but also get to know what is it that they like and see them in their element. I want to really encourage you, because this is the time where it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, it's weird, we're out of practice. This isn't going to come easy, this isn't going to come smoothly, but you're going to need to put a little more authentic, genuine effort into your dating until you start getting some traction. You fall off the bike, it's a bit wobbly when you get going again, but you know that once you get going, you're going to feel great. So let's get to day number 2, date number 3, 4, 5, and on a roll. Or at least let the other person know you're just looking for a one-time date. And that's totally cool too. But we got to work on that communication. What do you think? How is your dating going? Have you been able to get to 2 and 3 dates? Or are you stuck in the one date circle that is exhausting? I am Jacqueline, and we are going to keep this conversation going.